start talking about our group trip. Obviously, we're all cool with you now. I would love for you to come.
I know we were talking about possibly doing like a trip or something like that.
I brought it up with Katie and the girls, and they're not
having it. You know, it was basically like a whole night that I had with the boys. I had a huge bottle service table for the triplets that came, Schwartz's brothers. They were having a great time. And then for the next day, for them to just shove it in my face that I'm not coming to the vacation. That's why I was so angry. This is bullshit. You guys are assholes, seriously. Seriously.
You had just gotten a job.
So you think we could give Saturday a go then?
Yeah, you can do that.
Which I didn't care at the time if I lost. Because I was that mad. Like, I'm already fired from Sir. I'm already, whatever, eating crumbs here. Like, I've got some dignity. I had to say what I had to say. And I don't take anything back.
Nothing, so
No,
I think you
Schwartz
called
is still
Schwartz.
a pussy. Yeah, still the pussy boy I knew. But I love that pussy boy, so whatever.
Like, you're a pussy, bro. You don't even like stick up.
It's
You don't
his
do Dude, your wife, bro. You, I mean, on it what?
Stop. Say it again. Say it again. See what happens.
Dude. Katie is a bitch. They can both go themselves. You fatty and you weasel.
There's times where, you know, Schwartz has been backed against the wall. He's been backed against the wall. You know, I've been in the same way where I'm just like, F you guys, and he's like, F you. Oh, yeah. Maybe James is not on that level with these guys, but I understand him sort of like, you know, acting out when he's getting that information. You know, I understand him getting pissed off and like maybe saying some things. I wouldn't take that like, I don't take that to heart. You know what I mean? I understand that he's upset. He's gonna say a lot of things that he doesn't mean.
I root for the guy, but he makes it really hard for me because he's constantly, you know, bad-mouthing my wife or something else. But overall, I do root for the guy and I want to see him succeed, but he just makes it extra hard for me, you know.
We made an executive decision on where we want to take a little trip to.
Yeah?
Vamos a Mexico.
We're gonna go to Puerto Vallarta.
Who's all gonna go?
The usual suspects, of course.
Me, Bo,
Jax.
James.
What? Are you kidding me? No. Excuse me, but no. James doesn't need to be there. I'm your wife. I should be there. Boom. Polling rank. That's all.
I felt it put me in a tough spot because at the time, you know, everybody was kind of like, yeah, why not? Like, you can come, like, no big deal. And then the next day, it's like, oh, wait, no, that's not okay.
No one wanted him there except for Tom Sandoval. Schwartz didn't even want him.
Even Ariana didn't.
No one wanted him there.
Why do you think that is? Is it for the same reason?
Because no one likes
him. Hang out with him.
Nobody likes him except for Tom.
If this was one of our friends that we hung out with every day or saw him at least once a week, then maybe
or once
we
a
would
month,
have
once
a
every
little
2
bit
months
more,
even.
Maybe we would have felt a little bit more like bad for him and been like, well, maybe it could work, but
stranger danger.
yeah, he's just never around. So why would we put ourselves through that?
Well, I understand that, but also he's part of this whole equation. And I think for him to be rejected, and I'm not saying they're wrong to do that because they wanted to have a good time, and he is always the catalyst for many kind of
We've had him around a lot of time. We've
scenarios.
tolerated him as
Yeah.
much as we've entertained
Yeah.
James Kennedy for as long as we're possible doing it. Like, I can't do
I
it
understand.
anymore. I can't do it anymore. He's a horrible person.
Normally I wouldn't give a shit. Now I'm not just thinking about myself. I got my fiance I got to deal with and her attitude about it. So is it worth it going to bed every night pissed off, or is it worth it just not to show up?
When I saw how strong of a reaction the girls had,
Yeah.
like, no, I was like, okay, chill.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Because then it's not going to be a
Disinvite
vacation
him.
anymore. They're going to be pissed off the whole time.
Yeah.
They're going to be saying shit the whole time. This is not a vacation.
Was it unanimous among the girls? They did not want James?
Yes.
Lala, Katie, Kristen, and Stassi, I guess, too.
Well, because he's all done something to them personally, to each one of them. So.
Well, we've all done stuff
Exactly.
to all of you.
Exactly. Exactly.
I did have sex with him one time. And I'm really sorry.
So you had sex with Jack?
Yes.
You guys
Yeah. I'm sorry. If I was sorry for it, I would have done it one time, but I did it twice.
If you're talking about this topic alone, okay, this particular moment, I got to deal with my fiance whom I live with, and I have to hear it every 5 seconds. And if I go against her, it's more hell for me. So
that's what's
it's like, you know how it works. I got to deal with all that. That situation was odd to me. Not the whole disinviting him. That wasn't odd to me. What's odd to me is you want to go on a trip when no one wants you there. That's what's weird to me.
Well, dude, I mean,
Right? I mean, if the situation was reversed, I don't think I would want to go. When 95% of the people don't want you there, why wouldn't you go on your own vacation with your
well,
own?
like
with your girlfriend?
93%. I'm kidding. Hey, guess what? I can say whatever the I want to anybody. Call them a whore, call them a piece of say their dick don't work. But if somebody calls me fat, I'm getting their ass fired.
To compare Katie and James is
It's like impossible.
It makes zero sense.
Listen, Lala and I went for each other.
You've been throwing rocks.
What, because I call you a whore? Well, I mean, call it as I see it. And I regret those things, and I've atoned for them. I've apologized and talked to Lala on more than one occasion and told her that, you know, that was wrong of me, and have never, ever said that again.
We've all had meltdowns at SUR before, but it doesn't happen every single season, every single year, every f***ing week, you know, like it does with James.
I think it probably has to do with frequency. You know, 'cause Katie can be a pain in the ass sometimes from time to time.
And stop talking. Talk about how your dick doesn't work either.
But James is like, this has been ongoing for 4 or 5 years. Let me put it in perspective for you. I do not know one person in our group of friends who has not wanted to physically kill him at some point. Even really, really nice people who never fight with anybody. Everyone has wanted to kill James Kennedy at some point. Like rip his head off.
You made a good point. Like the people who don't have a mean bone in their body, who've never said a mean thing in their life, who want to come out and say, I want to kill this kid, then you got something's up.
There's a way of us melting down and realizing, oh, we shouldn't have done that. Let's learn from it. James is like, let's mess up. Let's just say we're sorry so that we can stop dealing with it, move on until the next time it happens, and then we'll just do it again.
If you know, apologize and say you're sorry, and then you go and do things again, it really sort of like, it's very tallyable.
I just want to take a minute and say sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, that was my bad. I'm sorry. I said sorry. I won't do it again.
There was a point in time, no offense, Schwartz, where Katie was very, you know, aggressive and angry and not happy. Yeah. No, but she never apologized. She went like long time without apologizing, and then eventually just apologized at the end. But like, I feel like if James did that, maybe it wouldn't be so on the spotlight. And honestly, I do think he's held to different standards than other people, for sure.
You know how hard it is to confront the two-headed dragon of Stassi and Katie?
I still don't even know exactly what was said.
I mean, they're saying like I'm mean to you all the time, that we sleep in different beds, and I never pay for anything. And I definitely feel a little betrayed in a way, because these are the things that we keep in-house. I don't go to my friends and vent, ever. I'm not like, hey, can you believe what Kristen did, all this bullshit? Like, it's just not their business.
Kristen has issues with her relationship, okay? That's safe to say. What she does is she'll come over to my house or she'll come over to Katie and she'll vent every single day. She says, I got problems with A, B, C, and D. I don't know what to do, yada, yada. The girls give their advice. Okay, well, after so many days of doing this and her not doing anything with the advice, and then her defending Carter on everything she said at their house, the girls are a little frustrated, which I would be too. We're like, wait a minute, you told us this, this, and this. Well, no, this is not. Well, Kristen, you've been at my house for the last 7 days at 9 o'clock at night crying your eyes out why you don't like your relationship.
It kind of reminded me of something I dealt with when we first started dating. I didn't have a job, I was broke, and that was one of the cool things, like, wow, I'm with the girl who like doesn't expect me to pay for everything all the time. But I would notice that Kristen would do that a lot, like with friends, like they would go out to dinner and she'd be like, oh, I got it, I'll take care of it.
She picks up the tab even now.
But then she holds resentment if it's not reciprocated, and it's like you have to do that like just because you want to and let it go. And then all of a sudden it's like I'm hearing from Jax and from Schwartz, from other people that like Kristen's not happy. We're like glorified roommates. I remember being like, Kristen, like, what is this I'm hearing? Like,
So she has
we're
a habit
fine.
of complaining about her boyfriend, but not actually confronting her boyfriend about what she's
I
complaining
don't
about.
think Carter had any idea. And I think that maybe Kristen was maybe exaggerating, I'm not sure.
I think she was just running to her friends before running to him. You know, I think he was in the dark a lot of it. They're both wrong.
Maybe
Here's the thing: they're both good people. They both have their good things, and if they do happen to break up, I'd still be friends with both of them. It's just they're not good, maybe together.
Yeah.
Have you guys even talked to Kristen since her house the other day?
Her social media is blowing up. Like, she's posting how in love they are. Hashtag, I have the best boyfriend ever. Hashtag, couldn't do this without you. Hashtag, blow my brains out. That is a shitty-ass feeling to be talking about Kristen this way, but I feel resentful now.
I think a lot of people thought that it was just like very convenient timing, that suddenly he was like paying rent again, and suddenly he was being nice to me. Well, that's f***ing convenient, as if either I was making it up or he was being full of shit. I think that he was really embarrassed. And it was like a kick in the ass to be like, I need to f***ing step up. I'm gonna lose her, her friends all hate me. I just think he was really embarrassed and he felt really stupid. And
Which is what we mean by convenient timing. It's like not changing because he wants to, it's changing because he's embarrassed. Like, that,
I mean,
that's
but if,
what
I guess for me, if it was like, if it sucks that that's what it took and it wasn't just the fact that I was upset, yeah, that sucks. But if that's what it took to make him start making changes, the bottom line is for me, he was making the changes. So I just wanted to give him that opportunity to prove that it wasn't like temporary and fleeting.
There's a lot of things about this whole Kristen Carter situation that feel very familiar. Kristen is pretty relentless. Like, she does not like to give up on things, which is, you know, great for a lot of stuff, but not when it comes to something that is very critical to your emotional and mental health.
I also think there's an inordinate amount of pressure on her right now because Stassi's with Beau and Katie and Tom are settled, and you know Tom was
Brittany
with
Jackson.
Ariana and Brittany, and I think she's thinking. I often think she felt that she was a little bit like a spare part in the group. She wants to hold on to something to fit in with the rest of them. But sometimes you're holding yourself up, aren't you, from actually progressing in your life?
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear for her, is that she's like holding on to it and it's gonna be too
wasting
late.
time and continuing to invest in something that there's going to be no return on.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, I know we've been pretty cool with James lately, and I do appreciate that you've been a champion for him, but on this trip, it's not gonna work.
I like the guy. I want to hang out with him. You know, I want him there. I think he's fun.
I can appreciate that you are a champion.
And I felt bad because we were talking about it in front of him. You know, he had gotten us that table, and like you were on board. And
We're talking about our group trip. Obviously, we're all cool with you now. I would love for you to come.
It's gonna be a nightmare for me.
He's been knocked down a lot this season, and he's been held very accountable for everything that he's done. And it's not necessarily been like that for other people, you know. And so I feel bad in that way, you know.
You have a lot of compassion for this guy.
I do. I have compassion for everybody. Everybody.
Tom is like Captain Save a Weak Link, because anytime there's anyone struggling, like, he swoops in and tries to help them. He did it with me when I was struggling, and now Tom is swooping in to, you know, help Raquel and James, because they're still out there in the middle of the ocean floundering. It's like Tom's gotta be like the life vest for everybody, you know? Like, the life vest saved their lives. That is Tom Sandoval.
I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones.
I'm jealous
I know
of
you
whatever
do.
this is right now.
I have no idea what you guys
Okay, so Jon Snow, over the course of, he's my favorite, number one. But over the course of many seasons of Game of Thrones, you've noticed like Jon Snow will be like, this is what I think is right. And regardless of whether it is or not, he's like, I will die on that hill, literally, because that's what I think is right. And it gets him into trouble sometimes.
So I'm
So I was just about to say, so Kristen's also Jon Snow.
No, Kristen's Melisandre.
Oh,
the witch lady.
Totally. Well, I mean, that's
But the witch
nicer
lady
Melisandre.
also, yeah, well, the witch lady also did what she thought was right.
That's true. She thought it was what's right, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't. And she
Sometimes
really Stop.
Yeah, you always have the best intentions, but like, oh God, we're really breaking through right now.
Yeah.
Well, trust.
And Stassi's Cersei, but she'll never.
I seriously,
I
why do
love
I get?
saying that because you always get so mad.
Because she's evil.
You're like a reformed Cersei.
I'm a reformed Cersei. I can take that. Fine.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Jax from Vanderpump Rules. Wait, what's after that part? Finish the episode, subscribe, watch more. Hi, it's Jax from Vanderpump Rules. Click here to subscribe, and click here to watch more videos of Vanderpump Rules.